Okay, let's see if I can kind of set this out. News item, big news. UK Today. Quite astounding news. The Labour Party, the UK Labour Party, upcoming East Midlands conference, and they have decided in their infinite wisdom as a means of tackling underrepresentation by minority ethnic groups to price their tickets, get this, according to race. Okay, so what they've done is they've said that if you're in the BAME, the black and minority ethnic category, which effectively amounts to people of colour, non-whites or whatever, your ticket will cost you £30, but the privilege of having white skin, you will have to pay a £10 premium. Your ticket will cost you £40. And in a marvellous piece of fucking double speak, a Labour Party spokesman said, the basic price of a conference pass is the same for all members, but at the request of our East Midlands Regional Board, the party will subsidise part of the cost of this year's conference pass for BAME members. So if I can put that into English, what it should say is the basic price of a conference pass is usually the same for all members, but at the request of our East Midlands Regional Board, in this case, it fucking well won't be. Okay, what are my thoughts on that? First, let me say, East Midlands is an area with a lot of people from these non-white, these minority ethnic groups, and so if there is underrepresentation, you know, it's a particular thing, politics, and I think it's right. I don't think everybody has to be perfectly represented statistically, but it's right that in a political process we should try and take steps to make sure that everybody has a say, that everybody is invested in politics. This is something we see with young people, of course, and they don't vote, they're not invested in politics the same as older people. What should we do about that? Well, I think we should do something about it, right? We should try and encourage young people to get into politics. We shouldn't gerrymander and rig the situation to make the voice of young people the same as older people if older people are just more interested in politics, but we should try and do something. But I don't think we can go this far, because I think we can all see the fears, the dangers that this can bring, and to sort of emphasise what those dangers are. One of the responses that I saw defending this was that, well, it's okay to charge OAPs, old age pensioners, less, and it's okay to charge youths less. So how is this any difference? There is a big difference here, and this is the differences here. The first is that as a society we have decided that there are good reasons to differentiate these groups and treat them in different ways, right? Up until the age of 16, you are legally obliged to be in full-time education. You can't get married until you're 16, and then only with your parents' consent. You can't drive till you're 17, you can't vote till you're 18, etc., etc. We could go on and on, couldn't we? And the same at the other end of the scale. Your tax changes slightly as you become an old age pensioner. Of course, you get a state pension, you're given that. We treat older people differently again. We've decided as a society that these are differentiations that we can safely make, right? And we can see good reasons for them, and so we can balance up the dangers of these differentiations and the merits of it. But we've decided that when it comes to issues of ethnicity and race, the dangers are too great. And that's not the kind of society we want. We don't want a society where there are particular benefits for being of one race or not of another, and we're going to treat different people from different ethnic groups in different ways and give them special payments and special treatments, because we can see the danger. We can see how horrifically that has ended up in the history of the world. And that is the danger here. I cannot believe that the Labour Party can't see the dangerous path they're going down here. If this is allowed, then on what grounds couldn't it be enacted in the other direction? In what world couldn't this be enacted maybe for slightly more nefarious means than the aims that the Labour Party happens to have in this particular occasion? The Equalities and Human Rights Commission have got involved in that. They are looking into this, and they are trying to find out and ascertain whether what the Labour Party is doing is illegal. I hope, I'm not a religious man, I'm an atheist, but part of me prays that they find that it is, because this is one of the most divisive things I think I've seen for a long time. By all means, if a group is politically underrepresented relative to their statistical proportion in part of the country, then take some steps to try and engage them in the political process. That is the right thing to do. But Jesus Christ, this is the wrong thing to do. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.